Hey, it's Chuck Armstrong with Loudwire Nights, and this is Loudwire Nights On Demand. It was so much fun chatting with Castor Hetfield of Bastardane as we talked about their new album, their tour with Otto, and what it's like touring alongside Metallica's M72 tour. This aired on Tuesday, August 13th. Enjoy. Well, I am beyond excited to welcome tonight's special guest to the show. The first time I saw this band live, they were playing the Saturday night in between Metallica's two M72 shows in New Jersey last year. And for the rest of that tour, they continue to play Saturday nights at each M72 stop. And they're doing the same thing again this year as Metallica cover a ton of ground all over North America. I am talking about the band Bastardane, and hanging with us tonight is drummer Castor Hetfield. Castor, thanks so much for being here, man.
Hello, Chuck. Yeah,
hey, man.
Lovely to be here. Thank you.
So you've already got a year of these special Saturday shows under your belt. What was it like playing these gigs in between Metallica's two shows last year?
A lot of fun. A lot of fun. Yeah. I mean, anytime I get a chance to play a show, I'll say yes. I just love playing. It's so
Right
cool.
on.
But I mean, to be able to be on a tour like this where I get to, see my dad and we're both out on the road together at the same time. It's a really cool experience for me. It's great to see fans of both my dad's band and my band, and just the energy is really cool. And yeah,
Right on.
I'm doing it, and I'm excited to do it again.
Yeah, awesome, man. And not just the Saturday shows, but you guys plan dates all around those shows throughout the weeks of the tour too. I imagine you kind of mentioned already, I imagine you encounter a lot of diehard Metallica fans, right? Who probably have heard of Bastardane because of that. What is that like for you? Is that weird? Is that cool? Like what's that feel like?
It's kind of a little bit of everything.
Yeah.
A little weird. It's a little cool.
Yeah.
But I mean, I don't know. For me, I'm there playing my music, and if someone wants to come see that, great. I'm thankful for them being there.
Yeah.
I get to do my thing, and they're there showing some support, which I love.
Yeah. And like you said too, you love playing live music, right? Anytime you get a chance to play. Have you always had that sort of like passion for live music? I mean, it sounds like if someone asks you to play a show, you don't have to think about it. The answer is yes.
Yeah. It'll mostly just be yes, and then figure out all the whatever details later.
Yeah, those important details.
Yeah. Not important to me. As long as I get to
That's
play
right.
and I get to be there, then yeah, that's great.
Has that always been kind of a driving force behind your love for music? Is playing it, performing it?
Yeah. I mean, as soon as I started this band Bastardane back in 2019, it was shows. That's what made us want to be in a band, just playing shows. It started out just playing for our friends, which was a great experience, and then playing to people who we don't know who they are, they don't know who we are. That's awesome as well. We can practice and write and record music all we want, but it's really nothing compared to playing live shows.
Well, I love that, man. And I think that passion and that excitement comes through. I mean, I love seeing you guys, and I was, surprised. I mean, first time I seen you, didn't know what to expect. I was surprised by how intense Bastardane is. I mean, it's just like nonstop energy from the beginning to the end. And so now, hearing you just talk about that passion and that love for playing, like it totally comes through. What are those bands that have inspired you over the years? Not necessarily like the music you make, but that intensity or that energy you guys have on stage. What bands kind of paved the way for you?
Oh, energy wise? Oh, that's a good question. I don't remember what year it was, but quite a few years ago, my dad turned me on to a band called the Mars Volta. And I mean, I love their music. And then I've been watching a lot of YouTube videos of them playing their shows, and them it's just nonstop. There's at no point in the show someone's just standing there. It's all everyone's moving, everyone's putting 100% in. I think that's really cool. That's really cool. I wouldn't want to go out to a show and watch someone stand still for an hour.
Yeah, for sure, man. No, you want the guys that burn some calories on stage.
Yeah. I don't go to the gym. So playing shows, that's my workout. I gotta, get it all in there.
I love that, man. I saw the first time I saw the Mars Volta. You're right. They don't stand around, and they also there's no BS in between songs.
Yeah.
Like I think they played 45 minutes and maybe played just a few songs, but it's just kind of one stream of consciousness, which was pretty unique, man. And so as you hit the road again this year, I mean, a big change from last year to this is the fact that you've released a new album, Catatonic Symphony. Congrats on that.
You did. Thank you.
It's a massive record, man. 16 songs, nearly 80 minutes. and it's the follow up to your debut that came out just a couple of years ago. How's it feel to have this second one out?
It's a huge relief.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, we've been working on some of these songs on the new album we were working on before our first album even came out, and it's been way too long, and we're very happy that it's finally out and we're playing all the stuff live. Yeah, and it's very long. It was it was really hard for us to say, oh, maybe this doesn't make the cut, because we all wrote all the songs. We were all into all of them. Just like, yeah, what the hell?
Right. Let's just make it. I mean, I'm blown away by it, and a couple songs that stand out to me, but there are so many songs that it kind of changes every time I listen to it. But like the new Sanity and Sweet Cheap, really both of those knocked me back. But what surprised me most was that there really isn't a throwaway track on the album. Like there's not any fluff on it, which is saying a lot, man. 16 songs for your sophomore effort. It's pretty amazing. So some of these songs you've had kind of, in your mind or jammed together for longer than even the debut album. But did you guys set out to make such a hefty record? Like, were you guys thinking this is going to be a huge album, or it just sort of took shape like that?
Yeah, we did not plan it at all. That's one of our weak points is planning. We kind of just do stuff and whatever happens. And I think it was just so long since our first album. We're always writing stuff that the accumulation of content was all there. Like, we're going to have to put it out at some point. Let's just do it all together.
I think I've heard you say that before. Like you guys don't talk a whole lot about details or what direction should we take. You guys just get in a room and jam, and then what comes out of that comes out of that. Is that still the case?
Yeah. Yeah, we're a bunch of classic dudes where we don't really sit down and have long conversations about things. We just kind of do them, and then it happens. It's natural and unnatural at the same time, just letting it happen, but don't talk about it. Yeah.
Yeah. Do you feel like you guys have evolved or progressed from that debut album to Catatonic Symphony?
I hope so. Yeah. Yeah.
Right on. That's a good answer.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I think we're all getting a more understanding of our instruments and a more understanding of each other and how we all, fit into the writing process. And I think we're maturing.
Yeah,
maybe.
I think you can hear that, man. And I don't know if tighter is the right word, or I don't think it is, or even polished. I don't think that's the right word either. But there is something to it. It does sound like the second album. It sounds like you guys have shows under your belt. Sounds like you've been in the studio together before. Sounds like you're, understanding one another's chemistry, even if you're not having long drawn out conversations about it. And that comes through on the album.
Yeah. Cool. Thank you.
Yeah. Is it weird for you? Does it feel like 5 years? I mean, you guys started in 2019, 2 albums, 5 years, touring a bunch. Does it feel like 5 years?
No, it does not.
Does it feel like 50 or does it feel like 1?
No. Yeah. It feels like a year. It's kind of scary growing up and realizing that time moves differently.
Yeah.
Get older, but yeah, it does not feel like 5 years, which I think is a good thing.
Yeah, for sure. I think it highlights the, that passion, that excitement that we've been talking about. And I love the fact that within 5 years, like you haven't changed sort of the way you collaborate with one another and the way you jam. But I have to imagine, and maybe not, but I have to imagine that that's a pretty important thing that you guys have to protect. Like you may have outside voices say like, oh no, you need to plan better, or you need to do X, Y, Z if you really want to go to the next level, or, whatever it is. How do you guys think about that? Like, how do you protect that sort of chemistry that you have as a band?
I mean, there's always outside people saying stuff, which is not a bad thing. We love input from anywhere, anything. It's great. Yeah. Because, staying on one track, one lane your whole life is not too exciting, maybe. Yep. But I feel like we all have a very good connection with each other, knowing what feels right and feels wrong, and then just rolling with whatever feels right.
That's good, man. Well, I hope you guys never lose that. So it's interesting to hear some of these songs on Catatonic Symphony you guys were working on, or there were thoughts of even before the debut album. So it makes me wonder, with the second album out, are you already thinking about the next one or what's on the horizon for the band?
Yeah. I mean, this album has been written for a while, so there's been a lot of time since we've been writing with each other, there's always new stuff coming, and it's always fun to work on new stuff. I hope that never fades as well. But yeah, always looking for new things to do.
Right on, man. I love hearing that. Castor Hetfield, thank you so much for hanging. I know we're just scratching the surface, but got to say congrats on this new album, Catatonic Symphony. I just got to say, everyone go check it out. It's awesome. And if you can, don't miss their live shows. They're playing a ton of shows coming up. You can stay up to date on everything in their world at bastardane.com. Castor, man, you are welcome back anytime.
All right. I might come back then. Might have to.
Right on.
Thanks, Chuck. Have a good one.
That wraps up this episode of Loudwire Nights on Demand. Stay caught up with everything happening in the world of rock and metal on the Loudwire app and at loudwire.com.